Okay, we're going to try this again, everybody. I had technical difficulties with my computer. It just went down. So I am getting it set back up. I hope you're still with me, or you will come back. And I am trying to figure out if I can at least get a screen going, because I can't even see the chat. So this is rather interesting. I don't know why. My computer just decided that it didn't want to go forward anymore. And I'm glad that I had not taken down my device to hold my camera, because I could just pop in the my tablet. But I can't see the chat to know if anybody is there. So I'm trying to look. I'm waiting. My computer's rebooting. For some of those that don't know, I have a computer in my studio, and I've been using a web camera to do the live streams, and they seem to be working great until today. Of course, we are about to get some weather today. I think we're supposed to get a bunch of rain. So that's coming. Yay. All right, so bear with me just another moment or two. Let's see. Oh, I've been walking with Hercules. He and I have been going over to the park and meeting a few people as we walk, and dogs. And he gets really excited when I say, "You want to go for a walk?" I'm surprised he's over here jumping on me. He must be in the other room. So he loves to go for a walk. He loves to check things out. Today we walked to the park, and apparently on the way there, somebody let their yard get really, really tall, and then they mowed it. And when they did, there were, we call them here in Oklahoma, goat head stickers. They look like a goat head. That's the way you explain it. You know, a billy goat with floppy ears and horns and a beard. They're real spiky. And he had a whole bunch of them in his feet. And he was not moving until I pulled those out. I was like, well, alrighty then. If that's the way you gotta be, I'll get them out for you. All right, I'm getting my computer back up so I can see the chat. So please bear with me if you're with me right now. Because I really have plans to show you a journal that I want to make. My computer is thinking. This is the darndest thing. I haven't had computer issues in years. I've never really thought about having computer problems, and I guess that's probably why I have them today. Okay, bear with me. If I can get the screen up, then I'll be able to say, okay, I see the chat, type thing, but I'm waiting on the computer. All right. It's loading. Don't you love that? Loading, please wait. One moment, please, while we get the next available representative to assist you. Y'all didn't know that I could do voiceovers, right? Oh my goodness, this is loading painfully slow. It has nothing to do with the fact that I have, I don't know, probably 15 to 20 tabs open in my browser. Okay, I'm waiting. Hey, I think I'm starting to see the take two. I got 15 people say they're watching. Say hello if you're still here. Although my screen is not showing me anything yet. Oh dear. We may have to, Well, Facebook is broken, right? That's what we said. Facebook was broken. All right, it says I have 21 people watching. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Kylie. Thank you. Okay, so I can't see my screen, so I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing, because mine's just spinning. Oh, I've got sound. Let's turn the sound off. Okay. Yay! I'm so glad you're here. I'm here. Where's Linda? I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. We see the witch. We see the witch. Okay, I think my camera is dirty. All right, maybe that won't be so foggy looking. All right. Okay, thank you so much, Naomi. I'm so glad. Okay, can I pop out the chat? Can we do that? That hides the chat. Show the chat. Live chat. Pop out. Ha! I know I was smarter than a computer sometimes. What do y'all think? Okay. So if I do that and then we do this. Okay. I was just getting this chat so I can see. All right. Y'all still hear me? Okay. Yay! Okay. So this is a paper bag junk journal that I have been working on, and I have done a tutorial. It will be coming soon, so I'm not going to explain the whole thing. I'm just going to show you that it has note cards. It has lots of mixed media texture on it, but it's still flat at the same time. It has a flip up, so you could put a photograph here. It has all kinds of little journaling spots in it. And I had a lot of fun. I made this live, and I've got a video now made that I'll post probably tomorrow on how to make this little mini journal. And then I have a tutorial that shows how I made some note cards. Robin says she got caught up on all of her videos. She's been too far behind. Okay, so this folds out, and here's a little tuck spot. And then these are sticker packages that I picked up at Dollar Tree. Look at these. They're really cute. So you have 2 images on either side, and then it comes with 8 tiny little stickers. Can you see those? So that's kind of fun. More journaling cards. Like I said, I've got more tutorials. This time I made these little domino images. These are from Calico Collage. So we've got witches and hallowed gothic and all Halloween, All Hallows Eve. I couldn't remember. And then a bunch of her domino images that I use. And so this time I put it on one of those bulb pins and made a little dangle. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. Alter paper clip, you saw the tutorial on that. I have this new rubber stamp that has the month, and I thought it'd look kind of interesting to put it in a Halloween calendar junk journal, because you can mark off all your Halloween parties that you're planning on going to and get ready for all of that. And so then that flips up, and then here's a little notepad that flips up. Oh, the stamp for the calendar, I picked it up a while back. I see it's from Hero Arts. Let me grab it. It's a Hero Arts stamp, and I got it of all places, Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby, but it's called Hero Arts 6x6 Cling with Personality. I don't know that it has a... Okay, it says CG694. CG694. Calendar bold prints. That's what that is. Okay. Isn't that cool? Now it's big. It's huge because this journal is 6 by 6. So this little calendar stamp I cut on just shy of 6 inches. So it's big. It's really too big for most of my journals because I don't make them 6-inch pages. I'll make them tall, but not as wide. But I thought it was perfect for here. So then I made this, and then there's a little tuck spot there. This is from my Cricut that I cut out, and I've got some rubber stamping. So yeah, this is something that I've been working on, and it's been kind of fun. And I thought, well, I've still got the Halloween stuff out. We'll do a journal card or two, so you guys can still be inspired to do Halloween stuff. Yeah, calico collage images, lots of cool images, lots of neat stamp stuff. So anyhow, I wanted to share that with everyone. I hope you liked it. Seeing a sneak peek. It'll probably post in I haven't decided yet. I've got a few more Halloween stuff that I need to do. All right, who would like to see, it won't be a complete journal in that it won't have all the ephemera, but we can make a quick little journal. How's that sound, everybody? Sound like a good idea? Well, here's what I've done. Prior to the video, I took some junk mail. So I'll show you. I have some junk mail. These were really long postcards that we got in the mail. And this is approximately 6 inches and I believe 11 inches long. And so what I did was I wanted this to be almost in half and have a gusset. So a little area here that would keep it from being folded flat together. And then I did the adjustment on this piece of paper as well. I'm not going to give you measurements. Your paper is going to be different than my paper. But basically, it was come over, make a mark, go over a 1/2 inch, make a mark, and then this piece needs to be the same size as that piece, okay? So I did that with these. I scored it. So let me find my score marks. And I ended up covering the postcard portion of it. So you can no longer see the guy's face and all that good stuff. And I thought what I would show you is this is basically the foundation for my embellishment journals that I made. So I've got a couple of 7 Gypsies embellishment book journal. And then I have, I think, just an embellishment book journal tutorial. And so on the bigger piece, what I did was I decided that it needed to be about 1/4 inch bigger than my pages, okay? So I said, okay, let's say that's 5.5 inches, and I scored it. That went over 1 inch and scored it, and then this is 5.5 inches. And so that is my cover, and this will stand up, and this will be an embellishment book. Okay, I'm glad you found us. So glad you're here. I know it was kind of odd that I don't know why it did it that way. So the next thing I'm going to do is I know that this is going to be my cover. It's kind of messy looking. I'm going to put an image over the top of this, but while it's flat, I think I want to put some marks on here. And I've got some cheap pastels, and these are messy, so they're going to get grungy looking, and there's going to be kind of the dirt everywhere. And if I can get it out of the container, that would be nice. There we go. And I thought what I'd do is just kind of, I'm going to go around some of these pieces of paper and rub it. And that's going to give it a little bit more grunginess to it. And I'm going to go around the edge too, like this. So this is just a soft pastel chalk. You could use graphite. If you want it to be permanent after you're done smearing it on, you will want to seal it with like a spray sealer. Mod Podge and those would make it move. So this is kind of looking cool, I think. What do you think, everybody? Bye, Tracy! Night! I know some of y'all being all over the world, we're getting different time zones for sure. Okay, so that just kind of grunged that up. It softened that green just a little bit. What do you think? I'm not going to do that to this one because I'm going to put pockets on top of it. So it doesn't need, in my opinion, any more embellishment because it's going to be covered up anyway. So I'm going to wipe my hands off. So this is the same techniques that I used when making the paper bag journal. You know, putting down the scraps of paper and putting down the paint. And you could go over this next of stamping on top of it. And I may, this is going to be my front. I don't think I'm going to stamp on it. So I'm going to leave the inside like it is without any paper at the moment, but I am going to spray it. So I'm going to get out my spray box. And I think what I want to do is spray part of this with my spider web tinsel. Spider web. So I'm going to cover this side. How do I want to do that? Okay. So I'm just going to spray. This is a stencil that I made and I have in my shop. I don't seal mine. Whenever I make them, I don't seal them. I just tell people I don't seal them. So if you're going to use what I made, then you may want to seal it after the fact, okay? So I'm just putting that spider web on there. I'm going to do it on the other side as well. And I like the effect of it, kind of blending into the spine. Isn't that cool? I love the way this stencil has turned out. It's one of my favorite stencils. You know, I'm not a aficionado at making them. I just kind of found a few techniques that work for me, and I've been making them, and it's a lot of fun. Okay. So, you like my stencil, huh? Okay, so then there is my cover, and then here's my pages. And so, depending on, who you are, how you operate, it may be easier to just glue this together. And let's see, I want it to set up pretty quick, so I'm going to use the Aleene's Tacky Glue. So I'm going to put some glue on the spine, okay? And I'm just kind of covering it and doing a little zigzag back and forth. When I'm doing, it's kind of hard because I represent, companies. Uh-oh. Heat tool came on. So I gotta say this with diplomacy. Okay, when I'm working on something that I need it to set up really fast, I don't want to let it air dry for a few minutes, I'll go ahead and use the Aleene's. But if I know that I've got time, it's okay, I'll set things up, I'll use the best glue ever. So, all right, so I'm just pressing this down. I've got it centered from top to bottom and then centered in the middle so that when this comes up, see this little shape that we're getting here? Okay. Yeah, so this would make a good, you could put envelopes on each of them. So there is the beginnings of my journal, and there was no sewing, okay? No sewing right there. And then the next thing I would do is just make pockets for the pages and then start filling the pockets. And I don't want to keep everybody on here. If you want me to do that, let me know. Yeah, so you're exactly right. It's a stacking method that you've seen in many journals where people will take and make another set of these pages, but this piece in the middle will be narrower, and then they'll stick that in there. It's the same thing. And you can see the spine if you wanted. You're not covering it up. Okay? You just got to make sure it's really well adhered together. Now, I made mine this way because as an embellishment book, I'm going to put an image on the cover here. So I'll just grab one for grins. So if I were to take this image and I'll do a collage thing and I'll attach it, and then whoever gets this book, when they want to use all the stuff out of it, so you take everything out and all you're left with is the pockets and any embellishments that are permanent to the book and these pages. So just take your cutter and cut off this front cover piece, and now you have a rigid card that you can use in your journal. Cut this page from the spine, and now you have this with pockets that you can slip inside of a journal. So don't ever think that, you know, it's a one-trick pony. There's nothing else that can be done with it, but you can tell your friend that you send this to that, hey, cut that apart and use those as journal elements, okay? Bye, Laura. Have a good dinner. All right? Exactly. Or you can take everything out and then you can add signatures on all of those spots, and now you have a new journal. Okay? Hey, Danielle. So glad to have you here. Exactly. So, I mean, that's just, you know, something to do. It's not something you have to do, but it's a good idea to have fun and figure out how can you use what you have. All right, so what else we got here? I'm wiping my hands off. I got to clean up my work surface a little bit. I think I may end up sealing this because it seems like every time I touch it, I'm getting chalk off of it. Maybe if I keep rubbing it. Oh, and I need to get, oh, here they are. Someone had asked on one of my streams about using an eyeliner pencil. So I went to Dollar Tree and they had these two, they say they're eyebrow and eyeliner pencils, and I thought I would see what would happen. Okay, so it's a soft chalk. You know what? I think I'm gonna like this because it's not gonna come off like the pastel is. It has a waxy feel to it. It's a little bit more opaque. And that is an eyebrow eye pencil. What do you think, guys? I mean, comparing this to this, you're going to have to sharpen it more often. Hairspray is another way to keep from smudging pastels. It's going on really smooth. I'm about out. I gotta get my sharpener out. But you know, art is all about experimenting, and if I can put this stuff on my face, I'm not really worried about it on a piece of artwork. I have no doubt that when I die, most of this stuff that I've made still in my house will go in the dumpster. All right. Yeah, for $1, and I can sharpen that and keep going. So that's not a, you know, a bad thing. This was just a cheap, like I said, color. And sometimes they come only one to a package. So I deliberately looked for 2. One of the ladies just said, Sherry says, okay, hard to type with a dog in my face, LOL. I've been there. I've been there before. So that's going to be my cover. Let's clean up a little bit here. Clean, clean, clean. Alrighty. So, how many people are still with me? I can't even see how many viewers we got. Does it say somewhere? 31 watching. Wow. Thank you, guys and gals. Yeah, you know, if you're enjoying this, thank you, Kylie. Definitely share the video. Any comments you want to make, go ahead and comment. Ask questions. Hey, I'm so glad you're still here, Norella. I wasn't sure if you had to run away. Go take care of that beautiful family of yours. All right, so let's make a journal card, right? Why don't we do that? So I think, okay. So here's what I've been doing is I cut a bunch of images up because of those other journals that I made. I made journal kits. And so when I do that, I put all of them in little tubs so that I can thumb through here and make stuff out of it. And then when I'm done, it goes in a Ziploc bag. So I have, here's a little piece of paper. All I did was I was using 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, and whatever height it is whatever height it is, but they're 3 inches wide because I knew I could get 4 out of a strip of 12-inch piece of paper. So let's get 2 of those out. Let's get one of these, and then I've got some calico collage images. Let's do that one. These are the size that I think are supposed to fit like in a microscope slide. And then I've got these, which are teeny-tiny, like 1-inch squares. And what I do is I just cut a bunch of pieces that are going to be my backers and whatnot. And I've got my distress ink out here. And we're going to add some, I didn't cut it very straight, so it's okay, I can use this. Okay, I have used eyeshadow in projects. I really have. It is much like using those scrapbooking chalks that people, that people used to use all the time. And I have some of those. But yes, I have used eyeshadow. There again, it's a powder. When you put it on, if you rub it very much, it could come back. So you may want to seal it. So I made 2 mats for each of the image size. I made this on these microscope slide. Yes, these are usually used in when they're doing a soldered jewelry with the microscope slides. So I made this little element now, okay, just by adding the distress ink. So let's get the glue out. So this is the best glue ever with the no clog writing cap added to the bottle. It doesn't come with the bottle. Carrie thought it did. I'm sorry, Carrie. But it is handy to have. So I just put a little bit of glue on there. I don't need that much, but I get carried away sometimes when I'm talking. So now I'm just going to mat it with the green. And then I'll do it again with the glue and put it on the black. And so now I have this element, and because I cut all of those up and I have a whole bunch of the images and papers, I can start adding these in my journal wherever I want. I make an altered envelope, I make a altered paper clip, I put it on a tuck spot. It's just an instant embellishment just by adding 3 pieces of paper and a little bit of distressed ink to that. Okay, so I'm going to do that again to the little kitty cat image. Tell me what's going on out there in the big old world. We're supposed to get a bunch of rain. Henry said that we're supposed to have like 75% chance of rain. And it was supposed to start raining at like 1 p.m. here. And I haven't looked outside since I've been online. But it wasn't raining earlier. It was beautiful outside. Like I said, I went for a walk earlier and really enjoyed that. Okay, so now I have this little element. That's right. You know, a lot of people think that you have to have great big, huge, flashy embellishments. Well, I prefer that in my journals, my embellishments be flat. Because if they're too bumpy, it's hard to write over them. So if they're flat, somewhat flat, it's a little bit better. Okay, so let's take this up a notch, as I like to say, and let's spray this orange paper. So I'm just getting a mop-up piece. So I'm going to, or do I want to do it the other way around? Nope, I'm going to do it the other way around. So I'm going to spray my mop-up paper, okay? And that's going to give me some paper I can use in another project, make an altered envelope or something. And then I'm going to take these journal cards and I'm going to lay it on top and let it soak up that excess tattered angels. And I'll just use a bigger sheet of paper. Okay, now watch. So because I did this, now I instantly have a piece of paper that I can use in a journal. What do you think? Northern Illinois got hit with the big rains, Robin says, but it missed her because she's more southwest near Iowa. No rains here, huh? What do you think? You like that? Okay, so then let's look at these 2 pieces. So they've got a little bit of texture on them. It's dark there. All right, Angelica. I know it's your bedtime. All right, so we've got these pieces that we've made. So let's go around these with the distress ink. Oh, dear. I like Angelica. You're in Germany, aren't you, Angelica? I think she's in Germany, and it's her bedtime. And it's later this time because I started it at 4 p.m. Isn't that coming out cute? I think it's coming out really cute so far. Okay, so we've got some orange and some green. All right, where's my things? Oh, there they are. I think I want to do this. So, oh, poo. Okay, well, we'll just do it this way. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this and I'm going to stick some coming out from behind her. What do you think? You like that? I just grabbed a few little pieces of it, kind of wadded it up, and we're going to put a little dollop of glue, and we're going to put some glue on the back side of this. We're going to smoosh that into the glue, and then we're going to take this on top and hold it in place. Now, that is super, it's going to take a moment to dry, but that's super flat as far as an embellishment is concerned, but it's just something kind of neat, you know? It's not a lot, it's just a little bit of an embellishment there. And they're not right here, and I'm not going to get up because that's rude, because I've done it before. I've got little words that I can put across here as well. So there's one, and let's do this again for the kitty cat. Do you like that? I mean, it's just simple, you know. You don't have to go overboard. It didn't take very long. The longest it took me was cutting up all these images, but once I got them cut up, they're in this little tub, so it's not going to take me any time whatsoever to go in here and make a few of those up as I want. And because I'm using scraps and leftovers, it's going to get a true eclectic junk journal look to it. I'm going to go this way this time. It's like, yeah. You know, you're getting something different each time you play with your stuff if you do it like what I'm doing, because I got different colors of orange here. So you like that? So then this would become, you know, an element in a pocket inside here, and this would become another element inside of a pocket. You like that? You know, I want you to see my projects, and then I want you to sit down and look at what you have and make your own, okay? You know, you may need to still download the digital images from Calico Collage, or you may need my stencil to get this awesome look. I'm really proud of this, y'all. You know, but for the most part, this is an old book page. I used a stencil. I sprayed through it. I've also, you know, put paint through it. This isn't really that fancy. When I get ready to do the pages for the pockets, well, I'll just kind of, I'll take paper and I fold. This is one of my techniques, and I've showed it in other videos. I'm just kind of accordion folding that, kind of eyeballing it. And then I can do it again. I'll make it a little pocket. And I'll do it again. Now you just keep doing this until you've got the height that you want of a pocket. My paper is not straight. There you go. And let's do it one more time at the top. Do this one more time. So then that would get glued in here. There's a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, and a pocket there. Just folding paper. You know, it's no big worry about, this is my fancy scrapbook paper, I might mess it up. No, this is all scraps. It's just things that you found around the house and have fun with. I hope you like this. Pockets everywhere. Exactly, Angelica. Exactly. All right, so is there anything else you guys want to see before I get off here, or you have questions about? You know, I always want these sessions to be about chatting and you guys asking me questions, getting to know me better, me getting to know you better. So that's why I'm doing them. I know some people don't like the lives because they don't like the one-sided conversation, but you know what? I do a lot of videos. There's over 400 videos that I have. Go take a look. Go to my playlists and just turn them on. If you guys are watching my videos, it helps me tremendously. It helps me be seen by other people. So I really appreciate it. Okay, so Naomi wanted to know, if I were to stitch a signature to this journal, how would I do it? So here's what I'm going to do, is we're going to pretend I would have my papers, and I would make my signature. I would make my signature of however many pieces of paper that I wanted. I would use my template that I know I already have, so let me get it out. It's handy to have. So this is my 6-inch template. I would find the center of my template. I would find the center between the other pages, poke the holes, and sew this in, just like I do a pamphlet stitch. Does that help, Naomi? Okay, I see your second question, Naomi. You know, I am lazy. I prefer the pamphlet stitch because it's easy. I know there's 3 holes. I know the pattern. So it's just second nature for me to do it. And I think that if you can master that, you can make any journal that you want. If you want to do something fancier, there are other people that do those fancier binding techniques. So you can watch them and learn how to do it. Okay, so Naomi wanted to know how I came up with a template to know where to punch holes in my journal. Thank you, Naomi. All right, so depending on the journal complexity, if it's a single signature, you only need 1 set of holes to put in your journal. What I do is I will cut a piece of paper, generally 1.5 inches wide, if it's for a single signature journal, and I will poke 3 holes. 1 dead center from top to bottom, dead center if folded in half this way. And then depending on the size of the journal, 1 inch to 1.5 inches from the top of the page, I will make a mark and then punch a hole there and there. So there's 3 right there. Now, if it is a multi-signature, so I keep my templates. If it is a multi-signature, then I would measure my spine, okay, of my book. Then I would say that this is 1 inch, so I would make a 1-inch piece of paper that I would put lines just like before, but measure them according to how big this is and how big my signatures are. So if I was only doing 2 signatures, I would have a 1-inch piece of paper that would have 2 holes here, 2 holes here, 2 holes here, down there. Does that make sense? So, okay. Lulu wants to know about some basic colors for a tattered angel, so I'll share that again in a moment. And then the Clever Miss is on here. I will go with Naomi because she says, with a big signature, how do you ensure that when you pierce the hole, it comes out the spine and not off the fold? So I'm sure you've seen it where you've had, let me grab a piece of paper, you've folded your paper and you've got it in the little V to poke a hole. And when you start in the center and then you poke through and you get to looking at it and it is off, see how that's not in the crease? Okay? And that was because of the way you were doing it. So if you have your fold of your spine and you keep this V up or make a book cradle, I have a book cradle that I use for big books, and I hold that V upright and then I will pierce that hole straight up and down, not wiggling back and forth, and it will come out all the way through the center of the fold. Some people use a phone book. That's another way to do it. It's a perfect use for a phone book. Okay? So, does that answer your questions, Naomi? Making sure before I put this away, and then I'm going to grab some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist because we started to do that last time, and we'll go for there. Yeah, you need to get a bigger phone book. Yeah, they still make phone books. See, and I live in a big city, so Oklahoma City phone book is, it's not as thick as it used to be. It used to be about 4 inches thick. Now it's down to about almost maybe 2 inches thick. All right, so Tattered Angels. Let's look at some Tattered Angels. You got to see black. Black is another good one. Yeah, they're not as big as they used to be. Oh, so Gloria, you want to see my cradle as in how to use it more often? I can do that. Let me grab it really quick, like it's right here. I got an obstacle course to get to it. This was made by my husband. Okay, and I can't even get the whole thing in the view. It's that big. But it's very sturdy. It was out of leftover bits of wood. If you go to my website, lindaisrael.com, and put in book cradle, you will see this. Okay, mine's big and it's sturdy. So I can push on this. When I put my papers down in this V, it forces them down into that V, and that works perfectly. There you go. You know how much shipping would be on a phone book, Robin? You know what I would do? Okay, everybody, here's what you do when Facebook isn't broken anymore. Post on your wall on Facebook and say, hey, I'm looking for a super thick phone book. Do you got one? I'll meet you for coffee and get it, okay? Henry is not going to market because he is not a woodsmith. He hates making wood stuff, and he did a good job with making mine. Yes, it is huge. So basically, it's just a piece of wood on the back side, and there's two sides to it. Mine is huge because I wasn't sure how big of a journal, and I wanted to make sure I had plenty, okay? So there, post on your Facebook, I want a phone book. And most people are willing to get rid of it. All right. Y'all keep distracting me. I don't get to the tattered angels. Oh, dear. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a few colors that I really love. And share those with you. And then if you have specific questions, then we can go from there. Oh, thank you so much, Naomi. Yes, you can decoupage your cradle. All right, we'll get this one out. So I'm just getting a variety out here. Just because I'm just going to, it'll be easier. I've got a shelf over here beside me that was originally made for my rubber stamps. And I took my stamps off of that shelf anyway. And the shelves were tall enough for the bottles. So I put my bottles over there, and then I can see all the colors. You know, Henry, hey, Henry. I can't help it. I'm easily distracted. So are you. So thanks for watching, honey. My husband, Henry, is watching. And say hello, Henry. Who's got Halloween candy? I have Halloween candy. I'm not sharing. All right, do you want me to spray these? Extra charge for decoupage. He's up at the shop. He's probably checking to see where I am so he can order our dinner and bring it home. Yeah, I can do the painting, yep. Oh my goodness. Okay, so tattered angels, for those of you that don't know what they are, is a pigmented spray that is made by a company that resides and is based out of Springdale, Arkansas. And So basically the basic colors that someone would say if you're going to start off is what I'm going to share. And some other colors that I enjoy. So if you like purple, fully purple is the one that you want to have. It's what I use on making this paper earlier. I sprayed that with fully purple. And it's just a good color if you like purple. All right, so somebody making a list? Robin, you making a list? Blinged out. Oh my gosh. So, if you like a little bit different shade of purple, Pop Rocks. But let me get the basic colors that I always get. Walnut Gold, Craft. I gotta find it. Precious Metal. And then oh, no, that's not it. I have one that's called Dazzling Diamonds, but it has disappeared. Dazzling Diamonds is a great one because it's clear, and whatever color paper you spray it on maintains the color. There it is. But it just gives it a beautiful sparkle. And these are the 4 plus black is what I would recommend for a lot of people. Kind of a basic, if you don't want the black, you could get Tattered Leather, which is a dark brown, if you want something really dark. These are great. The Craft and the brown on the black are great to spray in a tray and then use your distress tool and daub in that Tattered Angels and rub on the edges, and you can distress your things, okay? Bye! See you later, Naomi. Thank you. Tuesday morning, just so you know, Tuesday morning carries Tattered Angels every so often because those are special batches made just for Tuesday morning. You will not find those colors in the store with Tattered Angels. You'll only see those in Tuesday morning, okay? So those are a great bargain because they're normally $5 a bottle. And through Tattered Angels in the Tuesday morning, you can get 5 of them, usually for $10. So it's a really good price, but it's just different. This is the, oh yes, they do make a coffee color. Coffee Shop. It's almost a dark copper. I plan to visit them in the next couple weeks, I hope. I hope so. I've got to go do a workshop up there really soon, so we got to go work out the details. So those are some of the basic colors that I would get. I also enjoy Curious for something really bright. Yeah, we need bigger bottles. I like the bright of that. I don't know if I have it. That's Denim Blue, but I have one that's called Sapphire Blue. Here it is. This is a really pretty blue. So if we're kind of looking at, I don't know if you can still see all of these in my screen. I have too many things piled up here. So that's kind of getting a blue and teal colors. And then Pink Poodle is a really pale pink. It's really pale, but another good one is, where'd it go? I'm running low. I think Pink Poodle. And then this one's called Cranberry Zing. That's a good color for a bright color. And then I have one that's called Black Cherry. That's a really pretty color, but I don't see it. I think I've moved it somewhere. Yeah, Tuesday morning is only in the United States, I think. I know that some people come down from Canada to check it out. And I don't know if they do custom orders. Occasionally the warehouse at Tattered Angels has a sale, and if you follow their Facebook page, Tattered Angels, you'll get a notification when they're having a warehouse sale. So I would highly recommend that you do that. And then there's other colors that I really like Blarney. This is a great color. It's a lot of fun. We'll spray it on the... It's kind of that eerie green. Isn't that cool? Yeah, they just recently had a sale not too long ago. So it'll be a while before they have another big sale. But they'll probably have some little specials when Christmas rolls around. Yeah, that's just it. Probably where you are, Naomi, she says no one really stocks all the colors. Hobby Lobby now carries like 3 colors. They're very neutral. I think one's pearl. There may be a pearlescent type and an iridescent and one other color. I think it was pale pink and pale blue. So the idea, I guess, was if you're doing baby stuff, it just was very basic pale pink. You did find yellow. That's good. I know that if you go to Canvas Corp Brands, let me get their link. They do ship internationally, and they do actual shipping. They don't charge you extra for shipping. Let me give you that link. I gotta find, where'd the chat go? So there's Canvas Corp Brands, and you could that's the parent company for Tattered Angels, and you can order direct from them. So, no, yellow doesn't go with everything, no. So, I guess, Naomi, we need to get you some Tattered Angels. Does that help? Hey, Cindy, so glad to have you here. So did that answer your question about colors? Those are just some of mine, and I have a bunch. I think I have probably 75 colors. This is just some of them. Any more questions? Yeah, they'll send it directly to you, Naomi. They'll send it directly to you, Naomi. Yes, so whenever I have this Tattered Angels in front of me, the label on the front is made of the actual sample of the Tattered Angels. So when they mix up the pigments and everything, they spray a piece of paper that they're going to use for the labels, and then they cut those up and they put them on the bottles, and they match. So when you get this, it's the right color. Oh, Cheryl says, just get a book from the thrift store. Some people like to use the phone book as a cradle, but you can get a book from a thrift store. That's a good idea. I love Tattered Angels, Cindy. They're addictive, but they're a lot of fun. And I'm frugal. When I get down to the bottom, I will add more water to it to get every last little piece of that pigment out of there. When I empty a bottle, I save the sprayer in the bottle just in case I pick up one. It's like, this sprayer's not working. That's not working. So I can use one of the old ones. I'll rinse these out and save them. They're a lot of fun to use. And you saw what I did with the, my stencils. This is with a stencil as well. And this is a stencil, and then this is the mop-up side of the same stencil. And the reason why we're getting these different colors is because the stencil had other Tattered Angels on top of it. And so when I put this on there, it activated those others, and you got that other color. Robin says she has about 10 Tattered Angels. You want more, don't you? They're a lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right. Well, what else, everybody? I'm going to work on this, I think, and I'm going to make some Halloween embellishment books. How's that sound? So what kind of embellishments do you want to see? I'll be doing something like these, and I will do some journal cards, and I will do just this portion all layered up but not attached to anything. Okay. Henry says he's got 30 minutes left of work, so I can play with y'all some more. Alter paper clips, okay. Go ahead and go to bed, Angelica. We're just chatting. No big deal. Just chatting. You're not going to miss anything. Robin says, set your timer so I don't go past. So altered paper clips are something that I'll put in there as well. And I'll have some pockets across here. Like I said, I was kind of making this one. That'll go in here to hold some things. But, you know, once you put this pocket in here, that page is pretty much decorated, you know. Good night, Angelica. Good night. Envelopes, yep. I'm gonna do quite a few little things here for them. All right, good night, Queen Mabel and Doris. And Naomi says, and maybe something new and challenging. Thanks a lot, Naomi. I'm always think of something new. Always. My brain never stops, y'all. You don't know the list of things that I have that I'm like, ooh, I want to make this, and ooh, I want to make that. I'm going to be making Christmas embellishment kits too. Naomi says she wants to see me struggle and be less flawless. Ha! You haven't been watching me. You see my fingers? Okay, so Robin says we need to do a challenge, Linda, live. So, my question for you then, Robin, is do you want me to say the next live stream that when I do this, you're going to need to make one and share it with everybody? Is that what you're saying? Or are you trying to do Stump Linda? So, I can do either one of those. That's fine. Naomi says, Stump Linda. My own husband says, Stump Linda. Thanks. I love you too, dear. Feel the love. Hercules, come give me some love. Makes better TV, Henry says. All right, well, here's what we'll do. I'll chat with the admin girls to kind of get a couple of ideas of what we want to do to challenge everybody. That won't take 4 hours for me to explain it. And I'll come up with a list of supplies that you may want while you craft along with me. And we'll make something, I'll make it live with the option that if you have a question or a project you want to know more about, you can ask, and that will be the Stump Linda. And I can also say, you know what, go watch somebody else's video. Yes, definitely make suggestions in the group admin to pass along to me. So yes, definitely do that. They're going to make this difficult, I can tell. Alrighty. Well, I think we've got a plan for the next one. If they have Happy Mail, I'll share that and any projects that I'm working on. And then I will do the tutorial of whatever is coming up that they want me to do. Trying to keep it where everybody has an opportunity to play along. We hope. So, I guess what I should ask is, does everybody have access to paper and scissors? Maybe a little bit of paint? And we can figure out something. Naomi is being a little sneaker. stinker. Can't get the word out. And glue sticks. A stinker. 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 Glue sticks. Yeah, so, if we have, maybe I can come up with a little project to use some craft paint, basic scrapbook paper, or just plain old cardstock, some glue, even if it's just a glue stick or a Leans, or if it's the best glue ever, whatever your version of glue is, and scissors, and we can make a little something, okay? We'll see what we can do. What else? Anything else you guys have questions or thoughts or whatnot? Oh dear. I'm looking forward to going on vacation the end of this month. So I'm going to be taking kind of like this little project here where I've got all these ready to layer, and I need to do the distress ink. So I'm going to take little things like this with me, and I'm going to make a Christmas set. Hey Sherry, I see it. So Sherry asks, okay, do you have problems with washi tape staying stuck? Yes, I do all the time. I hate washi tape. I love the colors, but I don't like that on some things it doesn't stick down. And so when I have a problem with washi tape not working, I'll use some glue with it, okay? Cindy says my Glimmer sprayer messed up and I can't use it. So here's what you can do, Cindy. First, you can take it apart. Let me find an empty bottle. Oh, that's not empty. Here we go. So you can open the bottle. Of course, you're going to set this upright if it was full. And you can usually pull... I can't get it. I may need some pliers. You can pull this portion out, and you can also take apart the top part and wash this out, soak it in warm water, not hot water, but warm water, and let it soak for a while, and it could go ahead and clean up. The next thing you can do is take a needle, a very fine point needle, and poke it into the hole of the sprayer, and that open it up as well. You have to remember with Glimmer Mist to shake it every time you use it. And if that doesn't work, this is still broken, don't throw it away. Tattered Angels sells just the sprayers. I always try to get extras, but I'm out of them at the moment. That's why I keep the old bottles. You could also get a different spray bottle and just transfer it over into a different bottle, okay? Lots of ideas there, so you can clean it, see if that works. Tattered Angels sells extra sprayers. Use a different sprayer. Exactly. Get a sprayer, cheap store, something like that. What else? Ask Linda. Alrighty. It's almost dinner time. I'll be glad when I get done. Well, thank you. I had fun as well. Thank you for being here. I don't even know how many people have stuck around with us. What are we down to? 21 watching. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, thumbs up this video. Share it with your friends if they want to have a good time and hang out. You know, make sure how they follow me. And, you know, make sure that they follow me so that they see the next one, okay? Alrighty. Well, have a wonderful night, and thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye. And I've already started this tradition, so I'm like, no, you say bye. You hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. All right, good night, John Boy, as I said. Have a great night, y'all. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, I got to get the right... I was trying to turn off the computer, but that's not the right device. All right.